This is Journey Through John. We're looking at John chapter 12, verses 9 through 11. And we need to remember back when Jesus raised Lazarus from the dead, that was not permanent. Lazarus was still going to have a point when he would die again. So I called that a resuscitation. And now in the text we're about to read, it seems that the religious leaders want to bring that death much closer in time. And so we're going to see that this had serious ramifications on Lazarus. You don't have an event like that and not have it radically change your life. And so let's go ahead and read John 12, verses 9 through 11. It says, when a large crowd of the Jews learned that Jesus was there, they came not only on account of him, but also to see Lazarus, whom he had raised from the dead. So the chief priests made plans to put Lazarus to death as well, because on account of him, many of the Jews were going away and believing in Jesus. You see what's happening here? Jesus was drawing a crowd. The Jews were interested. They were coming to see him, and they were believing in who he was. But also Lazarus is a witness. Lazarus has a testimony that, in fact, causes people to believe in Jesus. In part because he's got a miraculous story, and he was dead for 4 days, and Jesus, by the power of his voice, called him out of the tomb. That's a pretty big deal. But also now the chief priests are getting frustrated and angry. They don't want people converting to Jesus. They don't want them to follow Jesus. They don't want Jesus to have any kind of say in the Jews' life. And so not only do they want Jesus dead and out of the picture, they're now going after Lazarus. And now Lazarus is being persecuted, much like that young man that was born blind and then could see. Now they're going after Lazarus, and in this case, they want to put him to death. They don't want Jews to be able to talk to him. They don't want Jews to be able to see him, because they don't want Jews turning to Jesus. That is a stark picture, is it not? Now, here's what I think we should meditate on. The fact that Lazarus had this amazing encounter with Jesus, going from death to life. He becomes a witness, and he tells people, and then they follow Jesus. We know from John that we go from death to life, that we're born again, John chapter 3. And for those who go from death to life, we're to be witnesses. We're supposed to be doing the things that would cause people to know about and believe in Jesus. So let's take a lesson from Lazarus today, and let's be those kind of witnesses.